Here we are. We're doing a selfie. I'm going to put myself on camera so that you lose any fear you might have, and a couple of things I want to show you. So straight away, let's just show you what happens when I move close to the camera. Okay, this is what a lot of people do with selfies. All of a sudden, my nose is big and my face has been narrowed. So if I pull back a little bit and allow some space, my face comes into its more natural proportion. Now, excuse the background back here. I'm just showing you this. I want you to concentrate on my face now because I want to show you something. Now, if you've got a broad face, a wider face, and you want to narrow it, what you need to do is you need to move your face so that 2/3 are in shadow and 1/3 isn't. Now, if you've got a narrow face and want to broaden it, what you want to do is you want to move so 2/3 are in light, 1/3 is in shadow, and that's going to open your face up. So my face looks bigger here. I've got a fuller face, so what I want to do is I want to bring it across and just slim it down ever so slightly by just creating the shadow. Now, normally I'd have a bit more light on this side. I'm quite far away from the light, but it's a really good way of showing you 2/3 dark and 1/3 light. It's going to slim the face, whereas 2/3 open, 1/3 dark is going to open up the face. So what I've got here is I've simulated some nice even light. I want to show you a few posing techniques. So this is a standard sort of shot. Now, we've already touched on some things before, but I just want to really go over some really simple posing techniques when it comes to being in front of the camera for selfies. Because there's no one there to help you, so you've got to figure this out for yourself. Now, you'll notice that over here, my background isn't that clean. So all I need is, like I said earlier, this area around my head and shoulders to be blank and plain so that when I do a profile picture, I've got a nice clean background. First thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to turn my shoulders slightly. So I want to turn one shoulder into the camera. Now, when you're posing, what you have to do is make micro adjustments. What most people do when they're posing is they go like this, and they make huge adjustments. But what you want to do is just make tiny adjustments till you like how you look. So now I'm creating a little bit more interest and shape in my body. Now, if I pull forward ever so slightly, I'm going to lift my chin, but now I'm too close to the camera. So what I need to do is I'm going to move back a little bit with my chair. I'm just going to leave the light and the camera where they are, and I'm going to move my body into it. So now, okay, so now I'm losing the chin a little bit. Now, when we want to just create a little bit of interest in the pose, what we need to do is tilt our head. Now, there's a rule, okay? Let me show you this rule. Drop a shoulder, okay? If you're a man, tilt to the lower shoulder. That's masculine. If you're a woman, you tilt to the higher shoulder. That's feminine. And we're not talking, we don't want to be doing this. Look like we've got a broken neck. What we want to do is just ever so slight little tilt until we find something that works. So for me now, I'd be turning my shoulder, leaning forward, put my weight forward onto my front foot, which is on the floor. I'm leaning forward now, and I just tilt ever so slightly. And I'm pretty much got my face where I want it to be. So then it's about, once we've done that, and as you can see, I've got a little problem in my glasses. So I'll probably take this shot without glasses maybe. Again, try these things. You might have to move until you get the glasses so there's no glare. You can see I just drop my chin a little bit. And what I'm doing here is a bit of a male shot here. I'm just looking through my eyebrows a little bit more masculine than just this, just straight on at the camera. So just drop it ever so slightly, and now I'm getting into the place where I'm starting to like the way I'm looking. So the ladies, you want to drop a little bit, find the angle where you want if you're doing a beauty shot. This is the beauty of selfie photography. You can sit there and get the pose right once you know a few of the basics. So what we've done, we've leaned forward. That's the key thing, is that's going to pull the chin up. The camera's a bit higher. So my camera's about here to me and then tilted down, so I'm in the middle of the frame. I could probably go a little bit higher in the composition, but I'm going to shoot it here because I'm going to crop in later and tidy this up. So I'm allowing some room to crop. So I'm going to tilt my head. I'm going to then maybe change this way, tilt my head to my lower shoulder, and I'm good to go. And if I was a lady, I might tilt it the other way, or I might drop this shoulder back here. Sorry, raise this shoulder back here and tilt that way, or bring it the other way and tilt that way, whichever suits you best. Now, Sometimes as well, depending on your hair, when you're looking into the camera, you have to find what you think is the best place. So this side for me is not so good because it's opening up. It's creating a lot of skin, a lot of big area. So this side is more friendly because it doesn't look such a big area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn and try that, until I find something that I actually like. Big ears. How do you deal with big ears? Well, what you want to do if you've got large ears that stick out a lot, what you can do is just turn your face until one disappears and then one lies flat against your skin. So you just have to angle it a little bit more. So if you've got really sticky out ears, obviously the old trick is taping them back. But usually just by creating a little bit of an angle, you will diminish the size of the ears. You're going to see a lot of people do duck face. So, that is not the most, how can I say this polite? It's not the best way to look on camera. One of the most important things you can do is smile with your eyes. So when you're filming on camera, what you need to do is, a lot of people smile. So you'll say smile. Here's some smile things you'll see. Like you say to a kid on camera, they'll do this. You go, smile, okay. They'll just, And as adults, we continue to do that. It's really interesting. I'm a commercial photographer. And when I'm taking pictures of people, I'm like, right, we need to cut down on the smiling a little bit. So what I always recommend to people, and you might find you've got this gorgeous smile that doesn't detract at all. What you might be able to do is get this big smile. It looks wonderful. But as a standard, as a place to start, smile with your eyes. Because you're trying to capture the inner warmth of the person. So smile with your eyes. And then when it comes to the lips, smile, but start with your mouth closed. So smile with your mouth closed. So for me, it'd be something like, I don't want to be like this in front of the camera. I don't want to look like I've been arrested. I don't want to be looking like this, like I'm a child. I've been told to smile, really good. I want to find the balance between all. So that's what you have to do. So you have to, on the camera, you have to literally find the shot. Now, I want to encourage you that, I'm not the most photogenic person in the world. I hide behind the camera. I love taking pictures of people, but I'm not really that keen on showing myself. And this is one of the key things. A lot of people don't like their own photo because they have a perception of how they look. But what you're trying to do is you're not trying to catch the person, the look. You're actually trying to capture the emotion, because people, when they see a photo, actually register the emotion in a photo. So if you're uncomfortable in front of camera and you're not confident, you're like this, you're going to express that. So by being focused on something happy, on warm, a really happy moment in your life, and then taking your picture, you're going to carry that across in the image. So it's really important. So we're going to do lots of small movements. We're going to get it all right. But if at the end of the day, inside, we're just thinking, oh, I hate being in front of the camera, this is miserable, it's going to come across. So it's the emotion that's carried through into the face. It's really important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shot, and we're going to edit that a little bit later. And we're going to show you some techniques and tricks. So let's start from scratch. I'm sitting in front of the camera. I'm nice and square. I could actually take that picture. I think that works okay for me. I'm going to turn slightly. I'm going to lift my head slightly to the lower side. I don't want to be too much this way because of my forehead. So I'm just going to come across a little bit. I'm going to drop my head, making sure I've got no light in my glasses. And then we're going to take our lead, which is plugged in. And all we're going to do is press the plus, and we're going to take a picture. So I've just took a couple there, and we'll see what we can do with them in post. So that's the basics of posing, guys. It's turn a little bit, create a little bit of interest, lean your weight forward. Gentlemen, lean to the lower shoulder. Ladies, you might lean to the higher shoulder, much more feminine. Lean forward, choose the right type of light. Watch your glasses if you're wearing glasses. Get it so it's there. And then take your picture. Really is as simple as that, guys. And once you've got the basics, you can do crazy stuff. You can do the teenage picture. My daughter loves to send me pictures where she's like this. You can do all that stuff. Just get the basics first. Get that profile picture. Get that look and thing. And guys, if you want to do this for work and you've got a business, it's a great way to save some money for your business, because you can literally get a load of people in front of a camera set up like this. Boom. You can take the picture for them. Once you've done it, and like I said earlier, once you know this, you can actually start taking pictures of other people because you can move them around and pose them really simply and easily.